Hey Cancer, this is Natalie from Inspired Alignment. I'm coming on today to do your reading for January 2019. Please check your sun, moon, and rising sign so that you can get more of a complete picture of your particular situation. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below if the reading resonates with you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the sign of Cancer for January. I'm going to do Pisces after this, and then I think the next element I'm going to do is fire. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Cancer and see what are the things that you need to know for January. Okay, I'm going to start with what is this? Dreams of Gaia, I believe. Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Okay, so what messages do Cancers need to know for January 2019? What are the most important things that Cancers need to know for January 2019? What's the most important things for Cancers to know during this time period? Okay, Journey is the first card. Wow, your cards are really wanting to fly out. The Scorpio's readings, I couldn't get a card. Now these ones are wanting to fly out. I'm getting like almost like fast movement. There might, January might be a busy month for you guys. Okay, next one is Integrity. And Union. Oops. Let me fix this. Okay. Then underneath the deck we have the Three of Water with the Six of Water and Desire. I'm going to take all three of these because I think they correlate. Alright, so what I see here for Cancers is that some of you guys may have been on, a particular path or a journey that, you've been aware of for quite some time now. And through that, you have learned, what integrity is, how to be in your integrity, and you may have also experienced union within yourself, kind of like the merging of like that duality. Like I'm getting here a very like, I actually have quite a few messages, so I'm gonna go over both of them, but for this particular one, I'm getting that this person is very like they've reached a particular point on their path where they are like fully enlightened. They're not acting from duality consciousness anymore. They're really acting like in oneness, and they have or you have definitely released things that no longer serve you, and you are learning how to give and receive the energy, especially being able to give emotionally, and actually give energetically in a way that is really helping you to manifest your desires, and keep yourself like in this high vibrational energy. I feel like for this particular group that you've kind of mastered how to be kind of like in this higher vibrational state of being. And January is kind of all about you, figuring out how to, put your energy out into the right places so that you can continue to stay in this high vibration and continue to manifest the things in your life that you desire. And you're doing this by staying in your integrity, by being, whole within yourself, and recognizing the journey that you're on and releasing those things that no longer serve you. Now, for another group of you guys, I'm seeing that this journey is just beginning for you guys. You may have recently, started off on a new path or a new, a new cycle within your life. Something new has begun. And you're having to learn, what integrity is. And for some of you guys, there may be a particular relationship that you have with somebody. And because of this new journey or path that you're on, you're really having to kind of navigate, what it is, what this is to kind of, to have integrity, how to work with this partnership or this union, that you have with another person, because I feel like it's almost like there's like a separation or a split of directions here, because you're kind of being pushed to go on your path and on your journey in a particular way, and in some way it's affecting maybe like this relationship that you have with another person, and it's kind of testing your integrity. And there may have been even, situations that have taken place because, of this new path that you or a person that you're involved with is on. And there has to be a release of, some things that are emotionally binding you. So that you can give love unconditionally and not kind of be held back by attachment. You want to, you're kind of learning how to be more free flowing with the things that are changing within your life. And, you are, gaining some of the things that you desire, but I feel like for this group, it almost like feels like it's coming at a cost right now. That there is a particular relationship that might be, affected, due to some of these changes in direction. So those were two, definitely two different groups of people there. So take which one, applies to you. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify some of these and see what other information we can get for Cancers. What else do Cancers need to know about this for January 2019? What else do Cancers need to know for January 2019? What other messages do we have for Cancers? Okay, so let's see what this Journey card is about. What do Cancers need to know about this Journey card? Okay, the Moon. So I feel like, for some of you guys, this journey, has been about, getting more in touch with your emotional self, kind of, ripping yourself open a little bit and, revealing some of these like deep emotions that might have been buried. And that has been part of this journey that, you've been on. And for others of you, who are kind of just starting out on a new journey, I feel like there are maybe some things that have not come to the surface yet, especially with, a particular relationship in your life. Like there are still some things that are kind of not being said or that are kind of like unknown. Also, we do have a full moon lunar eclipse coming up in the month of January. It is going to be a very intense time. So I think that's the 21st of January. So there may be something significant around that time that is going to take place concerning whatever this situation is. So if there are like some things that need to be revealed, that could be a time that that gets revealed. So let's see what this integrity card is for Cancers. What do Cancers need to know about the integrity card? Okay, so here we have the Death card. So, you know, I'm feeling like for the first group that has kind of like been on this journey for a while and is like really operating from like this higher vibrational frequency, that like the old way of being is kind of like dead and gone, and like there's this, you know, this new person or the new you, you know, has emerged. And you know, I'm getting Venus in retrograde, also this full moon that we just had in Cancer, and then the full moon, because we have two full moons here, and then the full moon that's coming up here in January 21st. I feel like all of these have been very transformative times for you, especially for the groups that that has kind of been going on this like spiritual path for a while. Venus in retrograde could have been very, very significant for you, especially when it comes to your integrity and you know, how you kind of operate in the real world, and you know, how you really look at integrity. I feel like there has definitely been a transformation here. And then for the other group that kind of is dealing with this partnership, I feel like there, you know, there may be an ending of some sort within this relationship because of integrity, because somebody wasn't exactly staying in their integrity. So let's look and see what this union is about. What do Cancers need to know? Okay, so we have the Magician. So again, I get two messages. For those who have been on this journey for a while, you're definitely at a place where you are able to manifest, and we've seen that here. You know, energetically, you are able to manifest basically at a rapid rate. Anything into your life. So, you know, keep that in mind. You know, definitely try and always like stay in this higher vibration, because we don't want to manifest, you know, negative things into our life. But I feel like you have definitely gotten to this place where you're like mastering the art of manifestation and learning how to really work with your energy. Now, for the other group that's kind of dealing with this relationship issue, I feel like you know, there could be somebody here who is, you know, maybe being manipulative in some sort of a way because they don't want to detach from this relationship. And they're kind of being a little bit of like a trickster. But I think that, you know, it's going to be important for you to use your discernment and how it really feels inside, like in your heart. Not, you know, try not to really focus on what you're thinking in the mind, but focus on how you're feeling in your gut and in your heart about this situation and what the best course of action is going to be for you. Because I am getting that for some of you guys, there is a relationship that, you know, needs to come to a close or an end. But it looks like, you know, somebody may be kind of like still trying to hold on to it, even though it clearly needs to come to a close so that a new opportunity or new doors can open. So let's go ahead and get a card here for the Three of Water, the Six of Water, and the Desire. What do Cancers need to know about this? Okay, the Strength card. So yeah, definitely. And then underneath here we have the Lovers. I feel like for some of you guys, you know, that are really kind of been doing a lot of like, you know, self-work, spiritual work, you know, you are finding the strength to just pull in these amazing things into your life, and you're just kind of like figuring this out and getting it rolling. And you could very well be pulling in, you know, a twin flame relationship or a soulmate relationship. Now for others of you that, you know, are not part of that group, I feel like, you know, there could be a head or heart decision that needs to be made about a specific relationship that probably is very, you know, solely connected. This isn't just, you know, like two people. There's definitely almost like a past life relationship here. And there's something going on within the relationship where somebody kind of has to make a choice, and they have to possibly move away from this relationship, or there's something that needs to happen here. You know, I'm getting the release of a relationship and kind of like having the strength to do that. And, you know, all I can really say is if this relationship is meant to come back together, it definitely will. It could be possible that, I mean, and under this I have the Emperor. So it's like very well could be a twin flame relationship. So like, you know, if you are newer to this journey and you're dealing with this kind of relationship that feels, you know, like it could be a twin flame, you know, I'm feeling like there needs to be some detachment here. There needs to be some healing on both ends of this relationship, individually on your own, so that, you know, in the future this relationship can come back together and be healthier. Also, I have two cards here of Gemini. So Geminis could be significant for some of you guys. I also have Cancer, Scorpio, and Leo, but I pointed out Gemini because I do have two cards of Gemini here. So let me see what other messages Cancers need to know. What else do Cancers need to know for January 2019? What else do the Cancers need to know about January? What else do Cancers need to know about January 2019? Okay, so we have the Ten of Raphael. This says, love and blessing fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. And then under the deck here we have the Eight of Gabriel. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. And I did say that in the beginning of the reading, the cards were flying. I feel like something's like really fast paced, like there's a lot of action going on here. Now this Ten of Raphael, I feel like goes, you know, for both groups that I talked about. You know, definitely there's the first group that could definitely be pulling in, you know, this twin flame or soulmate relationship into their life because they've reached a particular level on this journey, where, you know, it's time to do that. Now, I do feel like there's another group here that is kind of going through a separation period with this relationship. And it's kind of time to detach because there's some things that each person needs to work on individually so that they can come back and be together in a healthier way. And, you know, that could involve some important communication, you know, a great deal of activity that's taking place. There could be a lot of changes here in the month of January. And then for the other people who have been like kind of like manifesting and like, you know, figuring out how to use like the law of attraction and manifestation, I feel like you are getting results like really quick. Like you're seeing these manifestations happen very, very quickly. So it's important that you, you know, try and really be conscious of staying in that high vibration so that you're manifesting things of unconditional love into your life and not anything of a lower energy. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. Let's see what else Cancers need to know for January 2019. Okay, here we have polarity. You know, and I seen that here with the union. Some of you guys have learned how to bring this polarity into oneness, and some of you guys are just kind of starting to learn all about this. So this card says, integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without the dark. Understand the law of polarity. So for those of you guys who are kind of going through a little bit of a tough time, or dealing with some kind of a separation, you know, it's important to understand that those times within our lives and within relationships are very important for our healing and for our growth. And even though it may seem very difficult at the time that it's happening, once you begin to heal and kind of understand it a little bit more, you become very grateful for these times that at one point seemed very difficult. And then underneath the deck here, we have nature. Ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, and connect with the elements. So, definitely try to meditate. Make sure that, you are grounding yourself if you're working with, any kind of, spiritual divination tools or anything like that. And really take some time to spend time by yourself and try to get out in nature if the weather, is kind of permitting you to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one card from the Sacred Geometry deck. What else do Cancers need to know for January 2019? What's one message for Cancers for January 2019? One more message for Cancers. January 2019. Okay, so we have Trinity, which came out reversed. This is number 7. So I'm going to go ahead and look in the book and see what this says. Okay, this card reverse says, separation and alienation are aspects of old paradigm thinking that you will release as you come to realize you are one with all that is. So, wow, that really resonates well with this reading. I feel like there is a group of you that has definitely gotten to this point, and January is going to be a highlighted month for when you're able to really start working with that. And then for another group of you, you're really kind of having to learn to go through what seems like a separation and a really hard time to kind of find out that you're not really separated. We are all part of one larger thing. So I definitely feel a huge, there are definite two groups here in this reading. And I do pick up strong soulmate and twin flame relationship here. If you're not in one, you could be pulling one in, and if you are in one, you could be kind of going through this separation process during January. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one card to see what's coming up in February for Cancers. What is one card for Cancers for the future energy of February 2019? Woo! And that one just flew out. Okay, Page of Pentacles. In this in this deck, he's kind of presenting this pentacle to this gnome, which is interesting because I did see here kind of the giving of energy. So, in February, it looks like, you may be kind of starting some new things, maybe giving to others in a specific way, or just starting a new project. You could be working with children. And then underneath the deck here, we have the Two of Wands, which many times I see as this twin flame card. So either, you will be kind of coming together and, solidifying this relationship in February, or you will be coming to the recognition that you are really in a connection that is a twin flame connection. And sometimes it takes that separation period to really realize that that's the kind of relationship that you're in. So you guys, I hope that these messages helped you, and I will see you soon. Take care.